Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel, and this is my first impressions on the budget Nike Precision 4. This shoe is going for $70 freaking dollars, which is insanely cheap, and I can't believe how many DMs and requests I got to do this. You guys were like, oh dude, the Precision 4 is out, you gotta get it. I was like, okay, because obviously Donny Boy really liked this shoe and he said it was one of the best budget shoes he's ever played with, so it piqued my interest, and you guys were obviously interested, so I went ahead and copped it. And I got it on sale. Like, it just came out and there was a 25% off sale. So I got it for like, I don't know, like 60 bucks with like tax and everything, which is kind of crazy. So if you guys do want to cop, I'll leave a link in the description box. But let's get it started off with the traction. And they kept it the exact same as the Precision 3. And I hope they didn't change up the rubber compound or anything, because Donny Boy said this traction was really good. You have a pivot point where the ball of your foot is, and you have basically kind of a modified herringbone pattern, but not really. And then the circle kind of like ripples out, and then here in the heel you have just a circle pattern, and it's kind of separated here in the midfoot. It's not decoupled because the midsole is still present, but the outsole is, I guess, kind of decoupled. I don't know why they did that, but they did. And the rubber seat is very hard, so durability seems very good, and I don't know why Nike does this. Like, on their budget shoes, they make the rubber super hard, but then on their like more expensive shoes like the LeBrons, you know, the KDs, the rubber gets really soft. Wouldn't you think it would be the opposite? Because wouldn't you want your more expensive shoes to be more durable, right? But obviously not. They want you to buy more, you know what I'm saying? And it also might be partly because budget shoes are meant for outdoor use. But why wouldn't I be able to play with my more expensive shoes outdoors? You know what I'm saying? Make the more expensive shoes more versatile. So yeah, it seems very durable. Obviously, I don't really know on the performance yet. Yeah, I'm just trying it on my wood floors. It seemed pretty good. But it is a solid black outsole, and black outsoles usually aren't as good for some reason. Like, translucent outsoles usually pick up a lot more dust than the solid rubber counterparts. And in my experience, just the black rubber outsole, the color, doesn't perform as well as like the other colorways for some reason. But it doesn't mean that's the case for this shoe, but I'm just speculating here. So there's the traction. As far as the heel to toe transition goes, it seems very smooth. I mean, you know, you have a nice curve shape here in the heel as well as in the forefoot. Look at how much it comes up here in the forefoot, which I like. So you get this rocking motion, so it feels very smooth and very fluid while you're walking. And you have a nice flex here in the forefoot, so it seems very smooth for heel to toe transition. As far as the midsole goes, Nike's basically just saying, well, let me tell you what they say. It says resilient foam midsole. That's all they give you. So I don't even know what type of foam they're using, but it's not that nice. I mean, I would say it's a lot better than the really stiff nylon that we used to get in like the Kyrie 2s and like the Kyrie Fly Traps and even the Kyrie Lows, you know? But it's still not crazy soft. I would say I like the very little compression that I get. It's more responsive, I would say. And that's only if I really try to feel the cushion, you know, like on the edges, or like I put my toe up and I really try to feel the cushion is when I can feel it. But when I'm just like walking, I can't really feel it as much because obviously my toe doesn't go up this much, and then when I walk, you know? So it's not super easy to feel the cushion setup right now. But maybe if I start running around the shoe, I might feel a little bit more, but I haven't done that yet. There's absolutely no zoom or anything in the shoe. It's literally just this foam. But I do like how responsive it is. It feels low to the ground and all that. But I feel like this is more just a responsive type of cushion setup. As far as the materials go, Nike says this is a lightweight knit material. And it's actually kind of nice. You know, it's pretty thin. I'm very glad they're not using shit mesh, right? I mean, it definitely feels cheap. But it's a lot better than, you know, traditional cheap materials that Nike used to use on their budget models. And, you know, it's thin. It gets really soft. It feels pretty supportive. I mean, there's a little bit of give to it. And I feel like, you know, when you're putting a lot of force onto the material, it might stretch out a little bit. And obviously, I feel like it'll stretch out over time once you break it in. But, you know, it's not bad. And then here in the tongue, you have I would say it's more of a mesh material. And then on top of the tongue, it's a really crappy suede material. And then in the toe area, as well as on the eyelets, you have a reinforcement. So basically a fused material for durability if you do toe drags. And as far as the lining goes, it feels fuzzy. And I kind of like it. It definitely doesn't feel premium, it feels cheap, but it feels pretty comfortable on foot. They give you a nice large heel tab, so it's really easy to put the shoe on. So the tongue is attached to an inner booty that goes underneath this knit material. And it gives you a better one-to-one fit, and it also keeps the tongue from moving around while you're playing, which I really like. So the materials are actually pretty damn nice. As far as the fit goes, it runs a little long, so I would suggest going down half a size if you want a very snug fit. In the toe area, it's snug, and width-wise, I would say it's around normal. So if you have a wide foot, maybe go up half a size, but I feel like you'll be okay going true to size because I feel like this material might stretch out as well. One thing that does worry me about this shoe is the support and lockdown. So for lateral containment, there's absolutely nothing here on the lateral side in the forefoot. It's just this material, and I guess the swoosh kind of reinforces the material a little bit. But I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical, But we'll have to see. I mean, Donny Boy didn't have any issues. In the heel, you have an internal TPU heel counter as well as the foam coming up, so obviously that's good. But it's just in the forefoot that I'm a little worried about. And you have a little bit of an outrigger. The outsole and midsole protrude out. So you have a wide, low, flat base. So lateral stability seems like it's going to be pretty good. Alright, checking on the weight. I feel like it's going to be super light. Yeah, 10.12 ounces, super light. It's that cheap light, Nike's not using a lot of great materials. They're using really cheap, thin materials. But if you like light shoes, this is the way to go. And I feel like if the traction's good and the support is good, this will be a very responsive shoe. Also, another thing I really like that I just noticed is on the medial side, the traction comes up quite a bit. So if you're doing this type of movement, you have some rubber here on the side so that you get a little bit more grip. Some shoes don't have this, it's just literally flat. So if you do this movement, you tend to slip out a little bit. I do like this addition, that's actually pretty nice. And there's just a little bit of outsole curvature. Obviously nothing compared to Kyrie's, but I feel like that's kind of nice. As far as the aesthetics go, I mean, I kind of like it. It definitely looks like a budget shoe, but this colorway is really dope. All black with the gold swoosh and Nike branding here on the tongue. And that's about it. There's really nothing else as far as like details go. I mean, you have a medial swoosh that's literally just painted on the medial side. There's nothing as far as the graphic goes in the insole. Trying to save money, obviously. So yeah, it's just a really simple shoe. And my first impressions, I mean, they're okay. I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting a lot better for some reason, because Donny Boy really liked it. Like for 70 bucks, this is a pretty nice shoe. But then if it was like in the $110, $120 price range, I'd be a little bit more hesitant and I wouldn't like it as much. I feel like the price is really saving the shoe, but obviously I haven't played in them yet, so we'll have to see on the actual performance. But just with my first impressions, I'm not liking it as much as I thought I would. But yeah, again, if you guys want to cop, I'll leave a link in the description box. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.